Paul awoke to the sound of Jackie's voice. It was soft at first, a familiar murmur that usually meant the start of a new day. He smiled sleepily and whispered, "Good morning, darling. And how are you this beautiful morning?" No answer. Jackie kept talking, her voice urgent, desperate. Paul frowned. Maybe she hadn't heard him. He tried again, this time with a teasing tone. "Oi, are you ignoring me?" Still nothing. That was when he realized it wasn't morning at all. The room wasn't filled with soft sunlight. It wasn't even dark in the way a bedroom should be at night. It was absolute, suffocating blackness. A kind of darkness that felt wrong. A cold wave of confusion settled over him. "What's happened? Is there a power cut?" he called out, trying to shake the uneasy feeling growing in his chest. Jackie's voice continued, but it wasn't directed at him. And she wasn't alone. There was a man speaking now, calm but firm, his words clipped with finality. Paul strained to listen, picking out fragments of their conversation. And then, Paul died twice. Once in the ambulance, again on the operating table. His stomach lurched. The words hit like a hammer to his chest. No, that didn't make sense. He was right here. He was alive. He could hear them, think, feel. "I'm here!" Paul shouted. Nothing, no reaction, no flicker of recognition from Jackie. Panic crept in like ice, spreading through his veins. He tried to move, to sit up, to reach for her, anything, but his body refused to obey. He tried to blink, to open his eyes, but the darkness remained. He wasn't in a room. He wasn't in bed. He was trapped. Paul's breath. No, there was no breath. He couldn't feel his chest rise and fall. Couldn't feel the sheets beneath his fingers. Couldn't even tell if his heart was still beating. He was locked inside his own body. Terror, pure and undiluted, clawed at his mind. "Jackie, I'm here. Please, you have to hear me." Jackie let out a choked sob. "I don't know if he can hear me, but I don't want to do this." "Jackie!" The man's voice was steady, rehearsed. "There's no brain activity. He's gone. The machines are keeping his body alive, but Paul, your Paul isn't here anymore. I am here!" Paul's silent scream ripped through his mind. Jackie's breath hitched. What if he can hear us? She was right. He could. And then came the words he'd been dreading. "It's time." A hollow pit of fear opened inside him. The beeping of the machines, once distant, was suddenly deafening. The rhythmic hum of the ventilator, the soft whoosh of artificial breath, they weren't just sounds, they were his lifeline. And now they were going to take them away. Jackie sniffled, trying and failing to keep her voice steady. "Paul, if you're in there, if you can hear me, I love you. I love you so much. No, 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 don't say goodbye. I'm here." Then, a single mechanical click. The hum stopped. The beeping slowed. A new sound slithered into the silence. A distant soft whine. A single, drawn-out tone. At first, Paul barely noticed it. A whisper in the void, a gentle ringing in his ears. But it was growing. The sound stretched, elongated, climbing in volume. It wasn't fading, it was rising. A long, unbroken note, a sound without breath, a sound without life. It clawed at the walls of his mind, a shrill, unrelenting scream that pressed against his skull. It was everywhere, it was everything. the sound wouldn't stop. It wouldn't let him think. It grew and grew until it filled the space where he once existed, until it replaced him entirely, until... Jackie gasped. She heard it too. For a moment, she sat frozen. Her breath caught in her throat, staring at the monitor that screamed his death into the room. And in that final second, before the nurses rushed in, before the stranger in the white coat placed a hand on her shoulder, before the world collapsed into grief, Paul understood. The last sound Jackie would ever hear from him wasn't his voice. It was the flatline, his final goodbye.